The Dark Knight, Caped Crusader, World's Greatest Detective. Man, Batman's World Gallery sure has a thing for missing the point. And that's not to say they missed the point a lot during the years, but mainly just because their plans tend to fail. Well, most of the time. Ever wonder if they actually have a name for him that won't make him feel pride? Like maybe the Flying Furry? I mean, who goes around just in a bat outfit and glides around beating up criminals senseless simply for dropping a soda can on the sidewalk?
I'm vengeance.
Speak of which, that does sound pretty terrifying. But that's what Batman does, implant fear in those who dare face it, which actually brought a question to my mind. A question that may have as well proved how humanity has an effect on everyday problems. What do I mean with all this? Stay tuned and I'll explain. Hello my dear weirdos, and welcome to my first video on human opinion. Man, I really gotta work on that. Today I'll be here to ask you guys a question and that I will answer it for you. Pretty neat, right? I'd say this is better than having to go through Google trying to find an exact answer to put your mind at ease, but then you end up finding out that some people are just plain weird. I think I mean it when I say most of us have learned the hard truth through the internet than your own parents. They sure were harsh sometimes, and trust me, it doesn't get easier with time. But you know who didn't have to struggle with parents at a certain age of understanding? That's right, you guessed it, the star of today's video, Bruce Wayne, aka our beloved Dark Knight. But I think it's sad to even announce it as a joke. Who am I kidding? I've said worse.
Stop!
Batman is one of the most well-known superheroes of all time, but that doesn't mean everyone knows who he is, and that is not okay. Just joking. So let me give you some background information for those who have yet to be enlightened. We start off with Bruce Wayne, a young billionaire boy loses his parents to a criminal killing. Bruce then decides that crime in Gotham City is an infestation that needs to be eradicated.
I learned the fear before crime and the thrill of success.
You've traveled the world to understand the criminal mind and conquer your fears. But a criminal is not complicated.
Yeah, the master he learned basically to be emotionless in the face of danger. He basically broke himself mentally. That's pretty amazing. So the young lad trains his entire life to one day become the fit protector the city doesn't want but needs, along with his allies such as Robin and Alfred, and some tech support such as the Batmobile and other tech-savvy items. Or is it savvy? I can never find that out. And he sets off to fight crime and protect the innocent and keep them from feeling what he went through all those years ago. Oh, such an inspiration. Today I'm here to ask a question, which is, why does everyone fear Batman? Now, I know many and some of you may have immediately thought, what kind of question is that? It's obvious. He beats people up to the point they wish they were dead. And to that I say, you're not wrong. But I also want to let you know, the Punisher, a Marvel anti-hero who actually kills people, isn't as feared as the Batman who doesn't kill people. Now then, while the internet has their own opinions as to why this isn't true, I'm just here to say, listen, that's okay, alright? But just hear me out. I believe the main reason Gotham folks shake at the thought of Batman is that they themselves are to blame. You heard right. The own criminals of Gotham City are to blame for their own Batman phobia. What the fuck? Are you a bit confused? Figured. Do not worry, though. Silvershade is here to explain. So sit down, grab a snack, and wash your socks, boys, because we are about to enter some deep shit. So let me set you an example. Say you have never heard of the Slender Man. You are new to the world of terror and have never heard of such horrid creatures. You're living a carefree life, then out of the blue comes some jerk to tell you that the world is cruel and full of monsters. Now we all know, not all monsters are evil. But do they? So as you learn more and hear more about the bad side of them, you start to think so about them. You see where I'm going with this? It's the same with Batman. The criminals only put fear into themselves because they have only heard rumors amongst themselves. One may say he flies down to take people in the blink of an eye and take them up to kill them. Someone may say he beats people to the point of death, which is true.
Take him down!
But they don't know that. Not yet, anyway.
How's he gonna do that? He can't do that, can he?
And that's not to say that not all criminals know Batman. We literally have an example in the Arkham games.
He's gonna beat us into a bloody pulp while wearing his heavily armored Wayne suit. First Arkham Asylum, then Arkham City, now this Arkham Knight? What's next?
I say we leave Gotham City for a while.
It's tempting, man, but Gotham's been good to us.
Yeah, it has.
Let's keep away from the door. Why? He can't get through there. It's solid iron. Hi, Batman. I'm sure you'd love to burst in here, use your fancy kung fu stuff on us, and then wreck our...
Yeah, that guy's opinion changed drastically right after. Anyways, the people of Gotham only put fear into themselves because they keep listening and only spreading rumors. Now I know some may not believe it without seeing first, but even then, if a criminal were to encounter Batman and then live, which is likely to happen, he would also be so shaken and then tell his side of the story the way it exactly happened. But that doesn't mean others will do the same. People will add to it with what they heard, and others will say things that aren't true. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if one said that Batman was an actual bat. And believe me, he is not. There is another character for that. Another thing to note is, you have a man dressed as a bat beating up supervillains. Some smart and some not so smart? That would make a lot of people talk. Maybe some will bend the truth because of how scary everything is. This is what I mean when I say it's their fault Batman has come to be feared. And now I know people will say, well, Silver, even if things said about Batman were true, then it would still be known to be true and people would still be scared. And yes, you are correct, my dear viewer, but I am not concerned about the truth of what Batman does, but rather the lies said about what he does. It's just like the outside world. Many people have different opinions on lots of things that change the perspective of others, and then they find nothing else to blame but the very thing they spread rumors about. Like how pineapple isn't supposed to be on pizza. Which, in my opinion, I just don't like it, but others may find it good. People blame everything but themselves for misguidance, and that is the same reason no one could ever come to good terms with anyone else. It's why the criminals fear Batman, because so much has been said about him that they may not have been true, but it's too late. Everyone has a mindset because of those rumors. The people themselves are to blame for the Dark Knight to be feared. And just like in real life, we ourselves are to blame for the hate against whatever it may be.
A vengeance.
Hope you enjoyed this video. I very much found it quite fun and entertaining, and hope y'all did too. I would love to hear your opinions and thoughts in the comments below. It would also help to leave a like if you enjoyed and maybe subscribe. If you guys want to hear more theories or whatnot and have an idea on what, just let me know down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you weirdos next time. Adios.
Begin to wonder why you came